Hello, wherever you're listening from. I'm on the lands of the Wongal people of the Eora Nation in Sydney, on the banks of the beautiful Parramatta River. You might even be able to hear the sounds of the lorikeets that are feeding outside. I don't know whether the mic picks them up or not. Thank you for being interested in tapping. It's a wonderful thing that makes a difference in the world and a tool that you can use to help heal yourself. I want to talk to you today about something that can be quite frustrating. You know, those particular behavioral patterns, feeling patterns, thinking patterns, belief patterns stored in places in our body, and in our subconscious, in our nervous system, in a way that I really think is beyond our comprehension. But we know that we run them over and over again, despite our very best intentions. No, I will not do that again. No, I will not let myself be triggered by so-and-so. We have habits that we want to break. And we're wired to create patterns. And of course, let's not forget, they're also positive patterns. Imagine having to figure out how to brush your teeth every day or drive a car every time you wanted to get out of the garage. But we know how to do it because those patterns are stored somatically and in our nervous systems, and we couldn't do without them. There's also the patterns that are a personal strength or an empowering habit. So what we want to do is to convert the patterns that affect us negatively into ones that have a positive effect on our well-being. Patterns of all descriptions get set up in our body, and it starts from the moment we're born. Lots of them are protective patterns that seek to protect us at all costs, and they can keep running despite the circumstances having changed many years down the track. Patterns like people-pleasing that we learned was a way of keeping our caregivers from getting angry with us, perhaps. Physical events can help us see this quite easily. You know that if you sprain an ankle, say you limp to keep the stress off that ankle, but then the ankle gets better, and although you don't limp the same, there's a level of compensation that stays in the body because the pattern of protection gets wired in, which then needs ironing out. So a lot of us get stuck in recurring patterns that show up in different ways. A particular stress pattern, an anxiety pattern, an emotional overwhelm pattern, a pattern of disconnecting or inner reactivity. I've had to work so hard on my reactivity, I can't begin to tell you. So this is where tapping comes in, because insight or knowledge of the issue isn't enough. The patterns are held in the body and in the nervous system, which of course is in the body. And oftentimes we can really see it, even intellectually understand it, but can't seem to shift it. So tapping is what could be called a somatic therapy, and the reason it's so valuable is that it bypasses the logical mind sitting in the prefrontal cortex here. When you tap on the endpoints of meridians, which are the body's energy system, you send vibrational messages to the midbrain where the amygdala sits. It's really a pity that we don't learn about the amygdala in school, given that it's such an important part of our brain. But don't let me get started on that. The amygdala has a lot of responsibilities. It takes care of the unconscious flight, fight, freeze response that helps us to react immediately to any form of danger. It also engages in the formation of long-term memory through assigning emotional meaning or significance to events. And it helps us to navigate social interactions as well. So very important. And even more important is that we can access the amygdala and its processes through tapping and have some effect on them. And we can begin to dig ourselves out of well-worn grooves that we're in. The patterns that seem stuck despite our best efforts. You can pick any sort of pattern you wish, a behaviour you want to change, a belief that isn't useful, emotion that's causing distress, a pattern of pain in the body, and tap on it. This starts to reset the body, the emotions, the mind, our cognition in a way that is totally beyond me. I've been tapping 25 years now, and it still blows my mind how it does that. I remember working with a woman who had breast cancer surgery and was left with an arm that she couldn't raise very high at all. It was sort of stuck. Now, Gary Craig, the founder of EFT, had this saying, try it on everything. So, taught by Gary, I thought, oh well, give it a go. And her arm started to get movement. As we tapped, it started to, did rounds of tapping, it started to go up and up. So whatever you feel stuck in, start tapping on it. And if you don't notice any shifts happening, then get some help with it. You might be down your own ditch, as I like to say. And know that internal shifts of perception, how you view things, are highly valuable because there's lots of external things that you can't do anything about at all. And so it's important to be able to relate to it in a whole new way. So it sits in your body and in your emotional system completely different. So I hope that's been of help to you and encouraged you to get tapping, do some more tapping. So happy tapping to you.